Before this video begins, I must give you all a trigger warning. In this video, we will be going over sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and even rape. If you or anyone you know is suffering with anything I listed above, please call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. That is 1-800-656-4673. With all that being said, I give you The Appetite of Glendon Cameron, a 100-hour journey into the mind of a predator.
I guess I need to start with what I've done. Bring the age down to 15. So let's say I was doing my Craigslist protocols and a 15-year-old girl answered my ads. And she had the ability to come to my place. And she got naked and she took the dick. Why is that a crime?
Welcome everybody, this is part 2 of The Appetite of Glendon Cameron. Like I previously stated, we will be going over the remainder of his videos where he talks about having alleged sex with minors. This one will most likely be the longest one out of the series, so please stick with it, because I want you guys to all know the truth. Also, sorry about the voice, I am a bit sick, but I wanted to get this out to you all. So let's start with the interview with Glendon Cameron, the lead attorney, and Anton Davis.
I want us to talk to see kind of what happened and kind of where we are, and to clear up a lot of misunderstandings. I know I saw a lot of people talking about, oh, Glendon's having sex with 15-year-olds, right? And to be fair, that is not what you said, Glendon, in the videos, right?
I thank you for saying that, because I've been seeing that quite a bit. I've been seeing that extrapolation. And also, I want to say, I love your content, and I thank you for sending me this invite, because I've been seeing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I want to go ahead and clarify why there are so many people rocking with me, because people are mad at the folks who are supporting me. In this,
Glendon, who is rocking with you? Any person that associates with a known predator or a pedophile or an alleged one is not a good person. So I don't understand where you get this notion that there's people out here defending you.
I don't know when you joined YouTube, but years ago, I had 3 male channels called Disruptive Male, where I was talking about male content and these type of explicit stuff. And a lot of people loved them. And then, I got a little carried away, and I was like, you know what? I'm not actually giving the guys the stuff that they need. So I deleted the channels. So there are people who are very familiar with me in the manosphere. And this is why Alan Roger Curry, this is why Edward Anderson, this is why people are rocking with me, because I put this content out for years and this never was part of it. This was.
So if this wasn't part of your content, why did you start producing it? Why did you start saying that you were a predator and you met these girls on Craigslist? I don't see why anyone would just, out of nowhere, out of the blue, just be like, yeah, I was having sex with high school girls. It just doesn't happen. You just don't wake up one day and be like, you know what? I am a predator. I am a pedophile. Let me just exploit that and put it on YouTube for some views. No one does that. Nobody. No one does that.
A part of a strategy, which many people will disagree with me, I think is working very fine, to launch the new male channel, The Lost Kings, because I want to separate.
Glendon, the people who follow you after this are not good people. And the fact that you think it's okay to exploit a severe issue for views, for notoriety, that's very telling on the character which you possess. And the fact that you think this is all fine and that you're attracting the so called audience that you want, those people are bad. Those people who watch your videos, those people who fucking subscribe to you, who take your courses, who follow you after all this, they're pieces of shit. They're pieces of shit. And you are one too.
Separate myself from other male content creators. And
All
You
right, so
know,
let me, not to interrupt you, but so you're saying that this the video that you put out first when you were in your car, that was part of a strategy to launch your channel?
yes, it's a month old.
That's bullshit, Glendon, and you know it. Who the fuck in their right mind think it's okay to have an experiment of being a pedophile? No one. No one in their fucking right mind.
Okay.
And part of this is like one of the big things is with YouTube, shock and awe works. And actually, I am really surprised that the blowback wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be worse, to be honest with you, and it really wasn't. And people have been saying all kinds of stuff like my age, and this stuff happened like 20 years ago. This is what's funny. People act like I was at some high school with lollipops and soda pops seducing young girls, and that wasn't the case at all. But
But in your past videos, you state that these girls are in high school. Yeah, I get it. It's not soda pops and lollipops and fucking child playgrounds. But what's the fucking difference? You are still targeting a specific audience in which you fucking prey. You are a predator, regardless if it's fucking kids in the playground or kids in high school. You are still trying to fuck minors.
these things did happen, but the ages, because like I don't know if you got that thing I sent you earlier. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it because I don't know if you were in your show, but I used to do something called Craigslist protocols, and I'll explain all that. I used to have a business called the Upscale Garage Sale, and I used to use Craigslist for advertising. And I noticed I would have NBA players, I had really hot chicks coming in from my Craigslist ads. And at the time, Craigslist had a section called a dating section. And I started writing content for these ads. And in the beginning, it was horrible because I wasn't getting any results. But I stuck with it and I stuck with it and I stuck with it. And I kind of tapped into something. And I would get
I'll be
responses
right back, Lee.
Okay.
I'm
from,
sorry. All right, keep going. I'll be right
I
back.
would get
Okay.
responses from high school girls every day. And this is the thing, and this is what's funny. 99.9% of them I ignored because, you know, the average high
It should have been 100%, Glendon. It should have been 100%. No girl in high school should be talking to a grown ass man who's well into his 30s at this point. You are 20 years plus on these women, on these young girls. There is absolutely no reason you should be talking to them at all. At all.
school girl looks like a high school girl. A lot of them are not developed. A lot of them don't look like women. So had no interest in them.
Let me
But
just jump in right quick. What was the text of these ads? What did they say?
um, this is when, if you know, because you said I'm into some wild shit. And this is the BDSM,
Mhm.
and I kind of toyed around with the content marketing, and what I found was long form ads worked really, really well. And it was just talking about what I would do, what was on the table, the activities. I'm not going to get explicit on your show, but I spelled out in detail what I would do and what I would not do. And a lot of women started responding, like 10, 15 a day, 7 days a week. And part of
So
that,
was okay. So was this for these were ads for sexual activity? Is that right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And was compensation included, or why would women respond to a ad, just a random ad?
Great question. Great question. What I tapped into was the female submission story. There was no competition, there was no compensation, there was no dating. They would strictly just show up in my place and have sex. And this went on for about 10 years. 10, I start tamping it down. Let's say 15 years, but 10 years hard. And then 15 years, I kind of backed away from a lot of that stuff. But that was the gist of it. I mean, it literally changed my life. And I thought the launching of the Lost Kings, because, I started making content about a month ago, and I was like, I have been the target of so many YouTube hate campaigns, and none of them been anything that I've done. And I was like,
The hate you are receiving is from what you said, what you allegedly did with these girls, what you did with that mom and her kids. The hate you are receiving is entirely your fault. 100%. Like 100%. And the fact that you don't understand that is fucking mind boggling. It really is, Glendon. You chose to make that video. You chose to talk to these young girls. You chose to be a predator. Everything that you are receiving is entirely your fault. It's called karma.
what? I'm going to throw some raw meat out there for the dogs, because I've seen, like I've been reading the comments and stuff, and people want me buried under the jail, and people want me, and I think you did a real good job saying that ain't nothing going to happen to me, because number one, this isn't current activity, and number two, when it was happening, it was never illegal. I never had sex with a 15-year-old girl. I never even had sex with a 16-year-old girl. But
So why the fuck would you go on record stating you did? Why would you do it? Why would you put yourself in a position where you self-criminalize yourself into being a predator for views? It makes no sense. It really doesn't make any sense, Glendon.
part of the thing is, I know y'all may disagree with me, but I feel that the social media experiment worked really well. And because I'm getting more and more subscribers, I'm having all kind of content creators making crazy videos. Some people can't even pronounce my name. It's wild. And I feel that this is probably going to die down, because I was thinking this is going to go on to the end of October, but I don't think it's going to go on that long. I don't really think it's going to go on that long.
What's
Because
the experiment part?
Yeah, Anton, why don't you give us kind of your initial view
Well,
on this, your initial take?
I will answer the experiment
Okay.
part was the actual video. YouTubers are known for faking stuff and putting out stuff that isn't real. This has been YouTube since YouTube started. So I would
I just want to point out that Anton looks like he's about to go into this guy. And I can't fucking wait. I really can't. Because there's no reason anyone should ever make an experiment on YouTube about being a predator. I get some people fake pranks, they fake videos for views. I get it. But none of them go to a certain length that you did. You chose to wake up one day and make a video that makes you out to be a predator. And not only that, you sympathize with other convicted child molesters. Like, you, again, do you not understand the fucking situation you put yourself in? It's not okay, Glendon. It really isn't. It's not an experiment. It's not funny. No one's fucking laughing. Like, being a predator is nothing to joke about. People get sexually assaulted every fucking day. People get raped every fucking day. And the fact that you want to do an experiment about it gives them less credibility when they want to talk, when they want to speak up. So this whole experiment bullshit, this whole narrative that you're trying to pull, I don't fucking believe it. I don't fucking believe it. Because no one one day goes up, uploads a fucking video on YouTube stating that they're a predator. No one does it. No one does it. You are really fucked up in the head. Like 1000%. Like on God, you are fucked up. And you really need to get the fuck off the internet. Get the fuck off YouTube. You don't deserve a platform. You really don't.
Ahead, and I put up a video that was talking about some very saucy stuff, and it started performing, and then I feel that your video helped propel it. The video isn't going to go viral. I already can tell that. It's at like 5,400 views. And part of it is to set the brand and to build a community the way that I want to build a community. I don't want weak, let me say it. I want people who will be committed to personal change. And if I could put up a video like that and I can get subscribers, I'm getting the right kind of subscribers. I'm getting the right kind of people that I want. And
No, you're not. You're fucking not. Any person who will sub to you after that video is fucked up in the head. Or they're a predator themselves. Like, I don't get what you don't understand. The right people, the right crowd. Are you fucking joking? You have to be. You have to be fucking kidding. Any person that subs to you after that video is a complete and utter fucking moron. 1000%.
about a day after I put it up, I was like, Anton's going to make a live stream of this. And you sure did. I knew that was coming.
So you capping so hard. You capping so hard, bro. You did not play chess and thinking that I was going to make a video of you. All right, Lee. So this is really what's going on.
Okay.
You know, and I'm glad that he right here because you know me, I like to say stuff straight to people's face. The thing that really happened was he was clout chasing, number one, right? He been clout chasing since the very, very beginning of me even noticing who he is. He's tagging me in videos.
I tagged you in one video. I tagged you in one video.
He's tagging me in videos. He's reaching out or whatever because I'm hot. I'm hotter than fish grease, and it just is what it is. And everybody know I'm hot, right? So he's tagging me in videos.
I did not reach out.
I didn't interrupt you at one time.
Yeah.
I didn't interrupt him one time.
Yeah.
I want to reach through the screen and just grab that ugly, stupid big lips that he got. But I ain't interrupting one time, bro.
You're right. You're right that you didn't interrupt him. So he didn't interrupt you, Glendon. So let him talk. And then you can. I'm going to give you a chance to respond, of course, right? But yeah, go ahead, Anton.
So he tagging me in videos. I don't even know who this guy is, not even a little bit, right? I don't even know how he know me. I've been on YouTube for over 8 years. Apparently, he's been on for even longer. Cool, whatever. He in his section, I'm in my section, right? So he tagging me in videos. So as usual, when people tag me in videos, I go and see what it is that they talking about. I don't disagree with what he's saying from a business perspective, right? He doing reactions. Cool. I don't care. We all content creators. We all rock out. It is what it is, right? So then I do some research and I don't necessarily agree with the way in which he go about living his life, but I didn't see anything crazy. And so my thing was I made a reaction video actually bigging him up saying that, yo, I actually agree with him from a business perspective. And I don't argue with millionaires, right? He's a millionaire. I take his word for it, whatever. And I didn't do extensive research, but clearly he knows business, right? I'm objective in that. I'm able to separate the person from the content. You know what I'm saying? The sin from the sinner, whatever, figuratively speaking. So I'm like, okay, cool. He dope. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's talking about from a business perspective. I actually align with some of the things that he's saying. It is what it is, right? And I said, okay, so I'm going to reach out to this guy because he had actually did some more reaction or he mentioned me in some other stuff. He replied to the video where I got my corporate executive position and all of that other type of stuff, right? And so I said, okay, well, I'm going to reach out to him. But something just kept coming up every single time I went to go reach out to him. So, and this is the God's honest truth. So I'm praying, 2 days ago, something like that. I get up, I tell people what my routine is. I get up, I pray, meditate, talk to God, whatever, so on and so forth. And I go to reach out to him and I look in my inbox and I see a thing with a message that says Glendon Cameron at the top of it. And so I'm like, this must be a representative of his or whatever, but I was just going to reach out to him this morning. And so they sent me the video. And so I could go and check out the video and I see it. And so the thing about it that I'm trying to make sense in my mind is how is it a social media experiment when you in the
Thank you, Anton. Because it's not an experiment. No one does an experiment on shit like this. Nobody. No one. Thank you, Anton. Finally. Finally, a voice of fucking reason. So just so you guys know, I'm gonna fast forward this next part because they don't really say anything important or really that hasn't been said already.
So you say, well, okay, I wasn't running the experiment on Anton because I already knew he was going to flip. I'm running an experiment to see what's going to happen on, how the algorithm is gonna react, right? But then again, if I run that experiment, I can run it because I had 1,000 subscribers in January, right? So I've got a few more now, but my trajectory on YouTube has not been that long. There are things that I'm still learning about YouTube. You, though, you've been on YouTube, I think you said 12 years. So there is no one who knows more about how your video is what your video is gonna cause more than you. Like, it's not an experiment if you know what's gonna happen at the end of the experiment. Do you see what I'm saying? So I
All
didn't.
right.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right.
I just
First of
didn't see
all,
a. Mhm.
okay, no, I understand. First of all, I did not run an experiment on Anton. That was just like after I dropped the video, I was like, because I was seeing how the moves Anton was making, I was like, he's gonna do a reaction video on that. And there was no experiment with Anton.
Okay.
That was just part of the mix. And actually, Anton's video elevated that video. And also, this whole thing is like YouTube is really, really crazy. You can put out a video and you can have an assumption how it's going to perform. But until you put that video out, you don't know how it's going to perform.
That's bullshit, Glendon. It is because you saying that is almost saying like that you went into making that video not knowing the outcome. But you did. It wasn't hard to tell what the outcome was going to be because you titled the fucking video I could have been a predator. You knew the reaction that you were going to get. There was no assumption about it. You knew exactly what was going to happen. You knew everything. You knew everything by posting that, by publishing that video online. You knew what was going to happen. You knew.
And like I said, I've had people do 4-hour live streams about me, talking about me. And I was like, I'm going to try something a little risque. I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to see. And the first few days, it really was nothing, nothing. I said, okay, this is going to die. And then it started. Anton did his video, and then a whole bunch of other people did their videos. And the video is not going to go viral. It's not going to happen. And so I would consider it a static experiment. It's not like super successful because honestly, I thought there was going to be more blowback. I thought there was going to be more anger. I thought there was going to be more people with pitchforks coming after me. And actually, I feel that this is pretty much going to die out by next Friday because that's the way it's trending. So that was one experiment because one of the things I wanted to do with this new male content is just separate myself from everyone else because there's a lot of male content channels out there. And I learned
Wait,
my
so let me
lesson.
just not to interrupt you, but just to be clear, you're saying that you didn't know what would happen if you released a video as sensational as the video that you released. You've been on YouTube 12 years, but you're saying you didn't know what would happen, or you didn't know if you would get more views?
Yeah, because like I said, I put out videos that shocked me that did 100,000 views, and
You're lying. You're lying. You're lying so hard. You're lying so hard. And it's not even funny. Oh my God. You didn't know the reaction you were going to get? Really? You didn't know the reaction. You posted a video about you being a predator and giving people a blueprint on how to be a predator. But you didn't know. You didn't know what reaction you were going to get. Oh my god, you're so dumb.
Once again, like I said, my hopes was it would be more inflammatory, and it wasn't. So that's what I mean, because I was hoping that I knew it would be. Once again, I'm not surprised by the blowback. I'm not surprised by the responses, but I felt that there would be even bigger blowback. I felt there would be even a larger response, and that didn't happen. So that's why I said I ran an experiment. Yes, I had a feeling that this would get people upset, people would be mad, and people, it's polarizing. It's a very polarizing video, but
Yes.
I did not know to what extent it would go. And once again, it's not performing like I thought it would. And this is
But
the
why would you
experiment.
even?
Bro, how dumb are you? Like I gotta I I have to know. I have to know how dumb you are. I really do. Like it's fucking astronomical how dumb you are. Jesus Christ. We're gonna fast forward this part because they just go over shit that is not pertinent to the situation. So
A channel, like why would you choose this way to launch your channel, to do such a polarizing way involving children? Why do you think that was a good way for all the young? We have a lot of young content creators in the chat who look up to both of you. Both of y'all are extremely strong YouTubers.
lead. What are you talking about? Look up to who? Glendon? No one's gonna look up to him after the video. No one's gonna look up to him after what he said. Anton, that's a different story. I don't know Anton. We're not here for Anton. Okay? He seems like he has his head screwed on correctly. So, Anton, you're good in my books. But no one's going to look up to Glendon, lead. Nobody. No one. No one should. He's a despicable human being. And the fact that you say, like, you almost sound like you're defending him. You almost sound like he should have a platform. No young fucking like up and coming fucking YouTubers should ever be like, oh, I'm gonna use Glendon Cameron as a fucking example. No one should ever do that. And you shouldn't insinuate. You shouldn't. You shouldn't insinuate that's a good thing.
Like why is it this way involving children and kids? Why is it like this?
Once again, this is, you are relatively new to YouTube and you haven't seen the old content. This isn't a radical departure from my older content. The only thing that was different was I dropped ages, and I've never done that before.
Why the fuck would you drop ages? What are you for? Oh my god, he's so dumb.
I put out that type of content on YouTube for 10 years. So this isn't a radical departure from what I'm doing. I just threw a little extra wrinkle in it.
Yeah, I
So
guess I'm not asking. You're saying this isn't any change from what I've done in the past, and I'm not
it's
saying that
true.
I'm not saying that it's not a change. I'm not talking about change at all. I'm talking about why do it like this? Why launch a channel involving polarizing issue with children?
I just chose that topic. I just chose it. And, we will see about 6 months from now, was it really a bad decision or was it a good decision? So we will see. And
How do
I
you
take risk.
determine what's bad or good?
How the channel
Or is
performs.
it so you only care about the numbers? You literally only care about the channel numbers, the money, whatever. The only thing
No,
that
no,
you
no,
determine
no,
whether it was bad
no,
or good. What about
no,
the impact?
no,
What about the
no,
fact you
no,
literally just
no.
gave a blueprint to predators? You gave the predator blueprint. Yo, if they got good parents, you want to stay away from them. All of this other stuff that you said,
That
none of that
wasn't a
matters.
that
Thank you, Anton. Thank you. Somebody. Look, bro, this man literally gave them a blueprint on how to be a pedophile, on how to be a predator online. attacking young women who are not so close to their parents, who are comes from a broken home. Like, thank you so much, Anton. Like, this man needs to get taken off the air. Like, this man needs to be taken off the air.
Wasn't a predator blueprint. That wasn't a predator blueprint. Because one of the things that I was doing, and like I said, we will see in the future, will this have a deep impact? And that's a good point that you made about impact, because Disruptive Mail had a serious impact. And I want to duplicate that with this new channel, but I want to separate myself from the other content creators, because you think, once again, you think that's bad, and that's your opinion. I'm not going to have any truck with that. But once again, I have built, because Disruptive Mail was doing really well, and then I started to get a lot of hate. And then I realized that I had built the channel incorrectly. And what I mean by that is, and this is something that both of you probably will find out if you don't already know it. How you build your channel is how you draw your audience. And I had built
We
the
don't
channel
care about
wrong.
the channel. I'm talking about the information that you put out. Why would you tell somebody if they have good parents and stay away from them?
One of the chicks I was dealing with was what's it called, an emancipated teen. And she made her own decisions. What I was saying was, if you're dealing with someone who's still very childlike in the mind, you probably don't want to mess with them. Because, like, I don't know if you got what I sent you. And, if you didn't, I'm not going to worry about it. But one of the things that
I did get it. It was very long, so I didn't get a chance to read it.
Yeah.
I did.
A girl in high school sent me that. And one of the big things that happened in that video was the lack of assignment of culpability to people for making decisions. And once again, I know y'all going to disagree with me, and I'm going to say it anyway. All 16, 17, and 18-year-olds are not the same. There are some that are very childish, really still immature, and there are some who are damn near predators. And one of the things...
The children are predators?
Yes, some of them are.
But you said that you wouldn't consider your behavior or R. Kelly's behavior predator behavior.
Well, if you look at the title of the video, I could have been a predator.
I looked at what you said. You said that you would not consider that predator behavior.
I'm talking. I could have been a predator, and I will give you I had girls in high school sending me dirty, explicit pictures, all this other stuff, and
Don't you understand, like, accepting photos of minors, regardless of age, is having possession of child pornography? Like, how dumb can you be? Like, seriously, like, how dumb can you be? You are in possession of child pornography. You are looking at these photos. You are doing whatever you're doing with these fucking photos or videos. And you're okay with it. You're fucking okay with it.
I would just delete them.
Let's talk about this for a second.
I could have easily been a predator if that was my orientation.
Let's talk about this for a second, because you mentioned that there was 15 in your first video. You mentioned that, and you changed it in the second video. So I'm going to get there. But in the first video, you said that there was a 15-year-old. You said, quote, "We were just talking and stuff. I just talked to her. She'd send me dirty pictures. She was running, 100 miles an hour." Right. Then in the second video, you said, well, because now I think we can all agree that's a crime in Georgia, guys. That's actually a crime.
I actually never met her. I never chatted. I mean, we talked because I didn't know she was 15 until a little later, and that was one of the issues. Yeah. So we talked.
Well, let me just jump in. What I'm telling you is, if you're talking and getting nudes from a 15-year-old, that is a crime in Georgia. That's the sexual exploitation of children.
Yes,
and
it is.
It's a felony grade crime, and it goes from 5 to 20, right? 5 years to 20 years.
And once I found out she was 15, I stopped talking to her and I deleted the pictures.
Gotcha. All right. But still, even if you don't know.
I know. A lot of men have gotten caught up because they
No,
were talking to a girl. They didn't know how old she was, and the law don't care. The law doesn't care.
right.
And I was like, "You're 15." She says, "But I'll be 16, I think, in May." And I was like, "That doesn't matter. You're 15 now. I can't keep talking to you." And I
Wait,
in
wait, wait.
communication.
Now I'm confused because you're saying, well, when you found out she was 15, then you deleted the pictures and you stopped talking to her. But you
Yes.
said in the second video that she actually wasn't 15. You said that she was 16 and you just lowered the number to make it more polarizing.
Well, I lowered the numbers of the girls and her mother, and not that one, because there were many girls. So not that one in particular. But this happened all of the time. I would be talking to a girl and I would find out how old she was, and I was like, okay. And it was a policy. I would just go ahead, block their email, delete their pictures, and keep it moving. This
All right.
happened a lot. A lot.
It shouldn't be happening often, Glendon. It shouldn't. That means you are purposely looking for these women. You are seeking these young girls out. You are looking for a demographic and you are exploiting it. You are exploiting it for your benefit. For your benefit. You are seeking these young girls out because it happens so often, right? There's so many young girls. This happens all the time, right, Glendon? Okay, you are so dumb. Just so dumb.
So the 15-year-old that you talked about in the first video, she actually was 15. But when you found out she was 15, then you stopped talking to her and deleted the videos.
Well, I didn't have videos, just pictures.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're exactly right. Deleted the pictures.
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel about that, Anton?
I think it's nasty. It's so nasty, man. And I think maybe it's, the ironic thing that I'm trying to figure out, because I say this regularly. I say I need to be the man that I would want my daughter to marry, right? I'm a reflection of the thing that I would want my daughter to marry. And I've heard Glendon admittedly say that he has a daughter. And so I'm so
No, please don't fucking tell me he has a kid. Oh my god, why? Why does he have a fucking child? And a daughter at that? Oh my god, man.
confused because TLA, one of the things that you said in this show was that, one of your blind spots or handicaps, so to speak, figuratively speaking, was that you don't have kids, right? So you don't understand what it means to truly love and be passionate about the sons are different. They rough and tumble. You want them to go through stuff or whatever, so on and so forth. I had a young man that I almost adopted. That was my nephew that lived with me. And I wanted to push him. I wanted to go through stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But daughters out of your own, that's yours, and then you can sit here and justify the idea that you was sitting there in grave detail talking about it ain't nothing like going with a young girl and she's 17 and I did her about 15 times, and even after she told me she was 17 I kept doing it to her, but you was a lot more graphic and all of this stuff. You have a daughter, bro. That don't bother you? Like, even outside of the law, outside of what was, because slavery was once legal, that don't mean that it was right. We talking about morals and ethics and character. That
All
don't
right.
bother you,
Let
bro?
you-
Honestly,
let-
that you got a
let-
daughter?
My daughter and I have a very special relationship.
Pause, pause, put no, stop, no, 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 mm-mm, mm-mm. No. Look, no. You don't you are a self-proclaimed predator and you are stating that you have a special relationship with your daughter. No. No. Mm-mm. That's it. Wrap him up. Book his ass right now. Book his ass right the fuck now. Take that daughter away from him. Book his ass right now, YouTube.
And she kids me. She's like, hopefully you won't be dating someone my age. So my daughter knows who I am. She accepts that, and I accept her. And she makes her own decisions. She tells me she's a virgin. I have no other proof, so I believe it. But once again, I am not one of those men who will push and press my impressions upon my offspring. Because from my experiments, from Craigslist, I know kids will do a lot of different things. A lot of different things.
That's exactly what our role is as a father, to push our impressions on our kids. We want them to be better versions of us. That's what we supposed to do. What are you talking
All right.
about?
What I'm talking about is, all right, I have some friends right now. They have a 16-year-old daughter. They're good people. She is wild as hell. And it isn't because she doesn't have good parents. It is because of who she is. And this is something that a lot of people cannot, it's like, well, she had bad parents. She could have had the best parents in the world, and she just turned out to be one of those kids. And there are many, many parents out there who have 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old children that they cannot control, they cannot instill, they can't put anything in them. And this is something a lot of people have a hard problem understanding, because everyone reaches an age where they understand what they're doing. And some people reach that age earlier. Some of these kids know exactly what they're doing. They're smoking, they're having sex,
But you
they're
just
doing
said
drugs.
it. You just said it, Glenn. You said they kids. Why would you, as a grown man, be interested in somebody whose brain isn't scientifically, and you know this for a fact, proven to be even developed until their 20s? Why would you take advantage of that as a man that not only is a grown man, you have power, you got resources, you got cars, you got all of this stuff that you know are enticing to children? You call them kids out of your own mouth. Why would you even consider that, bro? Why would you consider talking to a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old? Why would you be having conversations with somebody that looks like they're 15 years old?
It's simple, Anton. It's fucking simple. It's because he likes kids. He likes to fucking put his dick in children. That's why. That's why. That's why we're all here today. That's it. He just likes kids.
First of all, now there was some of them who looked like they were 15, 10 years old. I didn't even talk to them. A lot of these girls did not look their age.
Whoa, hold on. Did this motherfucker say 10? Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, he said 10? Oh no. Hold on. Rewind that. Hold on.
Who looked like they were 15, 10 years old. I didn't even
He actually said 10-year-olds. He fucking said it. He fucking said 10-year-olds. Oh my god. They should be watching Dora, not fucking on Craigslist. Oh my god.
They didn't look their age. And like what I sent the lead attorney, this came from a 16-year-old girl who looked like she was 20. All kids don't look the same. There are some kids who look like kids. They're 15. They're girls who are undeveloped.
But you're still describing them as kids, Glendon. You're calling them kids out of your own mouth.
In this conversation,
but then
I'm saying they're kids.
But then you had sex with them.
No, I did not have sex with any children.
Oh, so I'm sorry. At what age do you define a girl to not be a kid anymore?
Tell me what age, Glendon. Tell me. I really want to know. I really want to know what age is a kid. Oh my god. What is it, Glendon? Tell me. What age?
That's a really interesting question, because
No, it's not. It's not an interesting question. Any person below the age of 18 is a fucking child.
there could be someone who could be 18 who could still be a kid, very much childish, very much immature. There could be someone who could be 16, like the one who was 17 that I was messing with. She had her own place, her own car, and a job. I did not know she was 17.
Glendon, you literally advised guys to stay. You said you found a 17-year-old out of your own mouth, word for word. You started doing research on her on social media. You noticed in some pictures that her parents were around and that she had a strong family.
That was a different girl.
It's a different girl. And she had a strong family structure.
I didn't mess with that girl.
But you said that you knew she was 17 and you did research on her and you found out that she had a strong family structure because she was taking pictures with her parents. And that's one of the things that you decided that prompted you to leave her alone. That is predator. You're hunting. That is predator behavior, bro. That is
So
literally the definition of a predator.
leaving her alone is a predator. I mean, I want you to
But
listen to
you
the words out of
only
their
left
mouth.
her alone because she had a strong father and mother in the picture with her.
Dude, you don't know how predators operate, and that's a very strong word. Predators.
Why don't you talk to
predators
us a little bit? What's your definition of a predator? How do predators move? Because I will be honest, it does sound like when you're saying, "Hey guys, the ones that are close to their parents, those aren't the ones you want." When you say, "Oh well, I was doing research on this girl, or I was doing research on that girl," it does kind of to do research on a girl. It does sound a little bit predatorish, but you have been steadfast in saying that that's not a predator. Kind of how do you define a predator, and how do you identify a predator's moves?
I will define a predator. I used to work at Scottish Rite, and I have seen some of those pictures you have seen of the forcible rape. I've seen that. We had this 8-year-old girl come in who was raped by her father. To me, that is predator behavior. Rape, they don't care. And also, we work with social work.
So if it's
Predators.
forcible, you're
Well,
kind of a
no. Let me go with it.
okay.
Forcible is actually worst case scenario. And when you hang out at schools, when you go to arcades, when you're looking for young girls, and this is the thing, I never did that. They came to me. That was the
Based off
thing.
of an
Bro, it doesn't matter if they came to you or you came to them. It shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't be happening. Like, why can't you get that through your fucking thick skull? Bro, you are a predator. Plain and simple, bro. Just plain and simple. We're going to fast forward through the next 11 minutes because, again, it's not pertinent to the situation.
question. I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious because it seems as though looking at your videos and going through your very, very, very detailed sexual experiences with these teenagers, so to speak, right? It seems as though you base your moral compass as far as how young a girl should be. And you admittedly said that the only difference between you and R. Kelly is you didn't have other people going out to get the girls for you. That's word for word exactly what you said. The only difference between you and R. Kelly is that you didn't have girls going with him, and you said that you wasn't as big as R. Kelly. That's A, right? But B, you justify the behavior by saying that it's legal, or you felt that it was legal, or whatever, right? That the minimum age in which you can have sex with a girl is 16, right? Do you base your decisions as to who it is, because you said you like young girls, who it is that you want to have sex with based off of what the law says and not necessarily based off of your own decisions as to how old or how young they should be?
All right. Once again, this video was an experiment. Let me say that again. And the video was titled, I Could Have Been Like R. Kelly. I could have been a predator. I mean, if I had true R. Kelly energy, there would be about 500 teenage girls fucked at the moment. And I didn't do it because I like girls with titties. I like ass. And a lot of these girls, they were young and they were undeveloped and they didn't appeal to me. So, and once again, because I worked at Scottish Rite, I know that a lot
What Scottish, right?
Scottish Rite is a children's
It's
hospital.
a hospital down here.
And we had social workers, and we would have children come in who were raped, molested, and all this other stuff. And pedophiles don't change behavior. They are who they are. And I never actually dove into like this one girl. She must have been. She said she was 16, but she must have been like 10 years old. And I'm just like, why are you on here? Why are you emailing me? You should be playing with dolls and stuff. So I did not base my acceptance on age. I based my acceptance on, was she hot? Did she look a certain way? And most of these high school girls were not hot. They didn't look a certain way. They had braces.
You just admit right there that it's not about age with you. It's all based on looks, all of it. So you don't care if she's 15 unless she's hot, right? Bro, you are so sick.
And all this other stuff. So typically, I would say the medium age for the women that I engaged off Craigslist was about 28 to 32. That's where the bulk of them were. So I wasn't like hunting down children and, it was funny. But in that video, it was an experiment. And we will see how it goes because a lot of people got outraged. I have people leaving comments on all of my channels. And it's just wow.
You didn't answer the question, Glendon. I said, do you determine how young the girl is as far as what
I
the
did
minimum
answer your
requirement?
question. I said age has nothing to do with it. I don't go after girls who are young.
But
I
you,
just said,
but you have leverage there.
Hold on. Wait. Come on now. You just said that you don't go after girls who are young, but
I don't go after teenagers. Let's put it that way. I do like young women, 28 to about 35. Yes, I do. Guilty.
You literally described in detail how you love young girls. You word for word. I love young pussy.
Once again,
Hold on,
that
wait.
video was
You
an
went into how
experiment.
perky 17-year-old girls' tits were. You described in detail.
Yes, I
In
did. In the
grave
video, that was
detail
an experiment.
how awesome it was. And then when you found out her age and you found out she was still 17 and she wasn't 18 yet, you kept going. You admittedly said, I love young girls, word for word. That's what you said. Was it a lie? Because if it is, then you told it.
and to be clear, you did say that the video was an experiment, but you also said in that experiment everything was true except for
Their ages.
the ages that you changed. But you didn't say, when I said I love young girls or I love young pussy or that whatever, you didn't say
No,
that.
I do like young women, 28 to 32. I am 54 years old. I do like them. I don't like teenagers because one of the things is you can't really talk to a teenager. They
Well,
don't have no life experience.
here's the thing, because you described R. Kelly's appetite. And, I thank you for this because you said in that video, you said the normal man does not have that appetite. And I think that's something that a lot of women need to hear, right? We're not going to cast, what's going on in the kink community to all men, right?
No, what R. Kelly did, most
wait,
men can't get with that.
right. But what you did say is that you kind of have that appetite. And you said, and this is a quote, there is something special about fucking a young girl that doesn't have a lot of miles on her. Now, and this is not a shot at any 28-year-olds. 28-year-olds in Atlanta got a lot of miles on them, right? That's not a shot. It's not a shot, but it's true. It's true. So let's be honest, Glendon.
I will share some with you. Share some with you. I managed to meet 4 millionaires through these ads, and I managed to meet many women who were 20 something to 30 something that didn't have a lot of miles on them because it was crazy because I was like, you're 32 and you've only been with 3 men. It is crazy. So during these exploits, if you will, I learned a whole bunch about women. And that's one of the reasons I feel that the Disruptive Male channel was so popular and was so impactful. And once again, I deleted those channels, but I didn't put them up. But I never talked about this stuff. And, once again, it's just an experiment. We will see how bad it goes. Because like I think part of it is it didn't go as big as I thought it would, which this is why you run experiments. And this is something
I find it sad that in the end, everything you said, one can be a lie, right? And if it is, then all you did was exploit these kids, exploit the situation, exploit people who actually go through this for a monetary gain, which you didn't receive. And I find that so sad. And I find that so disheartening that you were able to just wake up one day and say to yourself that this is a good idea. I find that so sad. It's so sad. We're fast forwarding again, but the only thing I can say about the part that we're fast forwarding is that he becomes a cocky bastard about this whole experiment, and it's just very unsettling.
I want some clarity. I'm genuinely looking for clarity because I feel like I'm being bamboozled, right? Are you telling me the 17-year-old is the only high school girl you've ever slept with in your entire life as an adult?
Yes. But once again, I'm a great storyteller because
No, no, you're not. Watch his old videos. Go ahead. Just watch any of his Craigslist stories. They're boring as shit. He's not a great storyteller at all. Like, at all.
first of all, a lot of the stuff in that was embellished a little bit. And what I did was marry some real experiences with some embellishment. And I'm just sitting here like, I realized that I could tell a totally fictitious story and it be believed
You
since
said
I'm a good.
everything in there was true, though, Glendon. You said everything that you said
It
was
was
true.
true, but the ages were not true. Yes, I
But the
said that.
17-year-old age was true.
Yes, I did not
And
know
the
she was
15
7.
and the 15-year-old age was true.
The one I didn't mess with. The one that
That you got
once I
pictures from. That was
once I
true.
yeah. And once I found out she was 15, I deleted the pictures and I stopped talking to her. Look, I'm in Georgia and I know that just talking to some of these girls could get put me in jail. This I knew. And that's once I found out how old they was, I just stopped talking and deleted the pictures and removed them from my computer and kept it moving. There are many people who say I'm a pedophile, which is kind of interesting because if they knew the true definition of pedophile, pedophiles don't change. They don't date older women.
But you do identify with R. Kelly, and you said that the only difference between you and him was that he had people go out and get his girls for him.
Once again, that was part of the embellishment of the video.
But then you said that everything in that
R.
video was true
Kelly,
except for the other girls' ages.
R. Kelly is beyond kinky. And I will say I have some of that energy because some of the things I participated in, I'm not going to get into it here, was just kind of wild. It was kind of wild. And R. Kelly was doing the wildest things. But I did not have this passion that R. Kelly had for young girls. I didn't have that.
So you saying that you was lying in the video?
I just told you I embellished. If you want to use lie, embellish. I lied about their ages and I added more character and effect. And this is something else that you guys don't know about me.
All I can say about this whole part right here is that you are a piece of shit. And that's it, really. You're just a used piece of shit. So the last 15 minutes, I'm just gonna completely cut out because there's nothing we can take away. Like at all. My God, was that shit exhausting. So the next Glendon Cameron video we're about to watch is called Younger Women Came After Me. Roll that bitch.
I'm about to share a clip with you to illustrate what I was going through during the early days of my Craigslist protocols. There is this assumption that I was going out with cookies and cakes and soda pops and hanging out at high schools. I don't even know where this assumption came from because in that video, I stated what happened. I wrote ads and these girls answered these ads. And in this video clip, which is on No Jumper, you're going to see that these young women in high school were seeking out older men.
Glendon, it's not the girl's fault. It's not the girl's fault. You placed the ads. You asked for the nudes. You kept the nudes. You kept talking to these high school girls. You knew they were underage. It's not about younger girls seeking out guys. It's about the fact that you were the adult. You knew what you were doing. You were 30 plus at the time. These girls are still underdeveloped when it comes to their brain. You had the choice. You just chose to be a fucking predator and to prey on these little girls. It's all entirely your fault.
They were seeking out older men. As much as Erica Williams wants to push this false ass narrative that younger women don't like older men, watch this. Watch this. Because she's a lying ass bitch. You know, she keeps pushing this agenda because maybe in her life she ain't getting the best men. Could be. I don't know. I don't know. But go ahead and look and see from their own mouths what they were doing. At one point, he was like, Adam was like, they were DMing you. And she said, no, I DM'd them.
I'm going to fast forward to this part because it's not relevant. It really isn't relevant. You're deflecting. You're deflecting as fuck. We're talking about you. We're talking about you having sex with underage girls. Okay? We're not talking about them. We're not. Stop fucking deflecting.
There's all of this talk about me being a predator, which was emphasized by the robe-wearing bitch who is a beta cuck, son of a gun. He ain't even a man. And I've been thinking about it. In that video, I said I wrote ads and women answered to these ads. And from that inference, people have got that I was going out looking for young pussy. And, you know, I think a lot of y'all are hypocrites because a lot of you women who are leaving all your little nasty comments who are now all of a sudden woke. Because this was quite common. I would say today it's still quite common. These young women were reaching out to me. They were coming to me. I wasn't reaching out to them. And this is something, because once again, in the other video, let's talk about reading and listening comprehension. If you interpret that me writing out ads was predatory behavior, you are a stupid fuck. You have created this image in your head of me doing something that I didn't do. And once again, back to that comment, shout out to all of the supporters of Glendon Cameron. I really appreciate you guys because we've got a lot of dumb fucks up here who thinks that I wrote ads. And every day I got a response from a girl in high school. Every damn day. And, you know, it's kind of funny how social mores change. Social mores will evolve because Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, many of these guys were fucking 13 and 14-year-old girls. This is documented history. And woke America didn't give a fuck back then. But all of a sudden, and I got a question for you, all of you idiots. What crime is it if, let's just go ahead and let's bring the age down to 15. So let's say I was doing my Craigslist protocols and the 15-year-old girl answered my ads. And she had the ability to come to my place. And she got naked and she took the dick. Why is that a crime?
It's called statutory rape, you dumb fuck. But you know what? I got you. I got Google on deck. I got you. I'm gonna find you the definition. Don't even worry about it. What the fuck does this say, Glendon? Sexual intercourse with a minor. Sexual intercourse with a minor. That is what statutory rape is.
Please answer that from a legal perspective. Please answer that. Because going back, I've researched this. The legal age of consent used to be 10 and 13, and they raised it up because of the very religious movements wanted to push that up. So why is it a crime? And like, I'm being called a rapist. Let me state for the record, these girls wanted the dick. See, rape is a heinous, horrible crime. I've never raped anyone. Years and years ago, when I was in the military, I was messing around with this girl, got her butt naked, and she had this weird look on her face, and she's like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, fuck. You know what I did? Put my clothes on and took my ass back to my room. I am not a rapist. As much, you know,
By definition, you are. By definition, you are. Because you're having sex with minors. So, by definition, you are a rapist.
I really think this is because I'm way more successful than you and you can't stand it. I think that's what it is. Because in that video that I put up, I am not a rapist. I'm not a predator. And you low-class fucks keep putting up there, predator. Really? Let me just say something. A lot of you are unimaginative because you have a low intellect. You have a low IQ. And that's all you can do is go, predator. And that ain't even what happened. That ain't even what happened. And then all of you dumb fucks who leave your comments, let's talk about this. These are my YouTube channels. This is my little kingdom, right? And if I don't like your comment, I can get rid of it. And many of you are trying to use reverse psychology. If you really didn't, you would leave this comment because you want your little comment. Because essentially what y'all are doing with your comments are throwing grenades and exploding and wanting other people to jump on your comments so you can get your dopamine rush. And I am circumventing that by getting rid of your comment. Because it's like, oh, and many of you, like, you know what I did last night? I fucked a young girl. I did that last night.
Glendon, shut up. Like, just shut the fuck up at this point.
I did last night and I did this morning. And she came so hard. She came so hard, she damn near passed out. I was you know, there's like, there ain't no woman that's gonna fuck him and all of this. Really. Since I've been here 3 weeks. Today marks my 3rd week here. I've gotten more pussy since I have moved than most of you motherfuckers have gotten in a year. Most of you motherfuckers have not got your dicks wet. You ain't got because you have no game. You're not.
Most of us also haven't stuck our dick in a minor. So, you know, there's that.
Something that the woman wants to give pussy to. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And there's a person here on YouTube who pushes this false narrative that younger women don't like older men. I can attest to that. At the age of 55, she is 35. I am 55. She knows how old I am. And she is fucking me. She is fucking me. And you know, you get this whole, well, you know, there ain't no woman that's gonna fuck him. He acts like this. The lack of success on your part, the lack.
You really want to talk about lack? You lack self control. You lack self awareness. You rather defend the mindset of being a predator than, you know, actually being a good fucking person.
Of accomplishments in your life, the lack of being able to level up in your life is making you have a mental breakdown. Because number one, I ain't going to jail. If the lead bitch would go ahead and sit down and like, look guys, he ain't going to jail, period. But he ain't gonna break it down like that because his supporters, The people supporting him, they ain't gonna like that. They're like, well, he should go to jail. He should go to jail. Give me from based upon what I said and knowing the law, why should I go to jail? Because I got some.
Because you should go to jail for statutory rape. You know what? I got Google on deck again. Watch this. What is statutory rape, Glendon? Sexual intercourse with a minor. That's so crazy. Hold on, hold on. Oh, wait, you missed it. Here, let me put it up again for you. I got you. Sexual intercourse with a fucking minor. Stop being a rapist. Stop being a pedophile. Stop being a predator. Stop preying on kids. Oh, you know what? I got you. One more time. One more time. One more time. Oh, what does that say? Sexual intercourse with a minor. Jesus fucking Christ. Get it through your stick ass skull.
Young pussy? Really? You are stupid as fuck if you think that's the reason I should go to jail because I had sexual relations with a girl who wanted to be fucked. That's really funny. Because all these people with these false narratives, well, you know, you shouldn't be messing with these young girls and like underage girls. Let me go ahead and tell you something. If I wanted to fuck 12, 13, 14, and 15-year-old girls, I had the opportunity every day.
Are are you are you bragging? Are you really bragging right now? Are you, are you serious? Glendon, 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 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, like Glendon, Glendon, Glendon.
You know, it's like, well, they sent me pictures. Once again, it's like he's got child porn on his computer. This girl in high school sent me a picture. I didn't request it. They sent me a picture. And you know, that's against the law. He's got child porn on his computer. Really? Really, really, really. I mean, the global reset is going to claim a lot of you motherfuckers. I mean, a lot of you. 2 years from now, Glendon Cameron ain't going to even be in your minds because you're going to be suffering. You're going to be hungry.
Hopefully, you're not in our minds, and hopefully, your ass is in jail somewhere.
You're going to be living in the streets. You might be even living in a van, doing van life because you cannot afford rent or a mortgage. You want to know why you're going to be living like that? Because you spend your time on stupid stuff. I have people, low impulse control, commenting on videos that have absolutely nothing to do with it because they're stupid and they're dumb and they're low class. And I'm going to keep talking about you folks like this because you deserve to be talked about. Because I haven't done shit to your stupid ass, and you want to come on my computer channel and not this.
Everything he said there was utter nonsense, and the fact that he ended it with computer channel is just icing on the cake.
This is not calling someone out or speaking out. That's bullshit. You are a fucked up human being. And with your fucked upness, that's why you're not successful. All of the people who are leaving these comments are unsuccessful in life. And you want to know why you're unsuccessful? Because of your bad habits. Instead of reading a book, you want to mess around on TikTok. Instead of taking a course to teach you how to make more money, you want to take a vacation to Florida and lay on the beach and do nothing. Do nothing.
And you rather stick your dick in kids? I mean, come on, Glendon. What the fuck are we talking about here? Come on, like, what are we talking about?
And your habits of being unproductive, not being gainfully employed, are going to catch up with you sooner or later. So if you come to my YouTube channels and leave a disparaging comment, you are a low-class intellect person. You are a fucked up person. You have no moral compass, which is so funny.
You really want to talk about morality? Are we about to do this? You really want to talk about morality and about having a moral compass? Glendon, 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 your hobby is being underneath children. Glendon, Glendon, Stop. Stop. Bro, like you can't talk about morality. You can't. You fucking can't. You can't. Your pastimes is sticking your dick in kids. Stop. Stop. Like shut the fuck up. Like what are we doing? What are we doing right now?
This is supposed to be about morality, yet you guys don't practice morality because you're assholes.
And neither do you. You rather fucking rob the cradle.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's kind of humorous, really. So I got some other stuff that I'm going to be doing. But I just wanted to put this out here because, you know, I want to address the stupidity of the American public. This is why wrestling is so big, because America is stupid. America's stupid. This is why entertainment is so big. This is why shows like Scandal are so big, because America is stupid. America is stupid. And if you saw my video and you came away, once again, the robe wearing bitch is the one that put this vocabulary in your heads. And we're going to see what happens with that, because I'm working on a plan on that. I got to do a little research on that, but I'm working on a plan on that. So, guys, if you're coming on my YouTube channels, Instagram, and leaving all these hateful comments, you are a fucked up person. Own that shit.
We're fucked up, but you rape kids. Oh, but we're fucked up. Glendon, Glendon, Glendon. We're fucked up, but you rape kids. Glendon, Glendon. You're. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, Glendon. Just shut up.
Dumbass clowns. So for all the people who support Glendon Cameron, I appreciate you. Thank you. And we're going to do great things. We're going to do some great things here.
Oh my fuck. All right. Well, that brings us to our last video. That brings us to our last video we have to cover on him. Oh my fuck. All right. If you stuck it this long, oh my god, you're a goddamn champ. You're a fucking champ. All right. Fuck. roll the last one, please.
What's going on, guys? It is the 4th of November, and the Cancel Glendon Cameron project has gone off the rails. Now, I still have a few pesky assholes. Like, I woke up to this comment. Bruh, if we're ever in the same room, you ain't gonna leave out. You're not gonna leave out. Something about he was gonna physically put his hands on me. And I recently did a video on the Lost Kings about the absence of warriors. Everyone is
Shut up. No one cares. Oh my god.
big and bad and bold online. They want to just say all these disrespectful. And then someone put this comment, because I personally think all the men who are making these videos about me are feminine as fuck. And also I think there's the key of jealousy, because someone put up a comment, man, it ain't about you getting young pussy, it's about you being successful. And I've always had haters, but this brought out a...
No, Glendon. Glendon. No. We're not hating on you. Is 100%. 100% the fact that you fuck kids. Okay? We're not hating on you. We can care less about your, money. It's 100% that you fuck children. Don't get that shit twisted. We all know that it's 100% the fact that you fuck minors. Like, fuck off. Stop it. I fast forward the next part because all he's doing is just fucking rambling. He's not even talking about anything. He's just legit rambling.
Helping people who, how many of them? Zero. These folks on YouTube are opportunists, and then there's a chance to make some YouTube money, and that's the beginning and end of it. Morally, a lot of these folks lie, steal, and cheat, but they're not telling you what they do.
We lie, steal, and cheat, and you rape kids. Again, Glendon, what the fuck are we talking about?
I've seen all kinds of stuff, and I have a concealed carry permit which expired. I need to get that renewed because I've been carrying my gun. And I'm gonna say this gently because I'm not trying to start any rah-rah stuff, but you roll up on me and I tell you to get away from me and you keep pushing up. Now, to the credit, no one has rolled up on me. No one. Everyone, no one has rolled up. If anyone in this building knows about that controversy, they've not let me know it. They've not treated me any different. They've been kind and respectful and decent. So, but for the fool who rolls up on me, let me tell you how it's gonna go down. I'm like, anyone that's like, I wanna talk to you, I don't wanna talk to you, and I'm gonna walk away. If they follow me, and I'm about to give you a lesson in the law, a lesson in the law. If they follow me and they keep pestering me, that opens the opportunity for me to blow their fucking head off because I said,
Shoot, motherfucker. Shoot.
don't mess with me, and I removed myself from the situation. And then they followed. That's assault. And when you assault me, you give me the right to protect myself, to defend myself. So for all you moist little bitches who want to get your hands on Glendon Cameron, which I find to be laughable because most of you can't fight. Most of you didn't even grow up in an era where boys hit each other. We used to fight each other for fun. That's what we did when we were kids. A lot of you are little weak little bitches. Keyboard warriors. Man, if we're in the same room, I'm gonna mess you up. And got a pickle as your avatar. Yeah. But this thing, you know, like I said, lasted 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, and it pretty much died down. Now, I do feel that there will be some people who will continue to try to whip it up because, as someone in the comments said, it ain't about young pussy, man. These motherfuckers are jealous of you. And
Hold on. I mean, my throat hurts. No, bitch. No, wait, hold on. Hold on, let me put it up again. Hold on. Yeah, no one's fucking jealous of you. Not no one. Not even one time. Not even one time. But okay. Whatever you say.
with the YouTube removed my live stream about the guys who stole my car. I think they complained because I put their IDs up there because I woke up this morning and was gone. And, you know, it's kind of funny that everyone wants to get rah-rah, go for that rah-rah stuff. Because he was like, the car ain't nothing. I was like, if the car wasn't nothing, why did you deactivate the GPS kill switch to keep it? If the car wasn't nothing, why didn't you bring it back? See, very feminine man. Also, he's a convicted felon.
So are you. So are you. You're a convicted felon. Again, Glendon, what the fuck are we talking about? Bro, fuck off. Are you ever actually gonna talk about it? Like, bro, you just go on these fucking tangents that no one cares about. I thought you were discussing your cancellation, but you're not. You're just, oh my god, no one cares. No one cares. No one fucking cares. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, man. Come on. When are we gonna talk about it?
So this is part of the experiment because like it's a 6-month experiment. We've got like 5 more months to go. So we will see what happens.
A 6 months experiment, what? Were you gonna pretend to be a pedophile for 6 months, Glendon? Was that the plan? A 6 month experiment, and you started off with being a pedophile. That's a great fucking plan. That's a great plan. How's that working out for you? So there's like a half an hour of this video I'm cutting off because he's not really talking about anything. He's not really talking much about the situation or the experiment, quote unquote. So that is it, guys. Thank you for watching part two. Part three, the conclusion, where I get to tie all the evidence together and we get a final verdict on who Glendon Cameron truly is. I also got some special evidence that I have yet to bring up. So stay tuned. See you guys in part three.